Here we go.
See the what's up.
Now it's saying I'm live.
Okay, I just got a notification. But it's not showing any picture yet.
Okay, sorry. You haven't? Oh, you're not seeing the picture?
No.
Are you on the?
Oh, now it is. I can see you in the picture.
Are you on the network or are you on the phone? My network. Okay.
Turning the volume off because it can't deal.
Right, because it'll be echoey or screeching or whatever. Hey, does anybody know where that other iPhone went? I can't seem to locate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it should be around. I guess I can call it. It was up there earlier. Oh, we got 4 in. What's going on, everybody? We'll do a simple little discussion here. Trying to find one of my phones. Give me a second, please. Might be in my room. I don't know. It sound like it's in there? Yeah, I'll go grab it. I meant to check that earlier. Configuration is off. Yeah, there's a little on there. I think that ad call might go through everybody if we leave us a chair for 1,300 and shop tonight. Yeah, they wanted it. Yeah. So, hey, who's all on viewing? Come into the chat and let me know who's there. Or if not, that's cool too. Just sending a quick text. Sorry, guys. So anyways, I was going to talk about some of these Life PO4 batteries, these HPs and the 38120S, 38120 HP, and like the Samsung and the Sony 18650 lithium battery with their corresponding lithium and Life PO4 battery chargers. There's been a few questions about that. Plus, we've got a lot of those coming up that we're going to be selling to you guys. And I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up on the differences between the two. I wanted to talk about the battery voltages. It's something we're going through a lot of, and a lot of people are confused by the different voltages that are needed for each battery cell and the difference between nominal voltage, charge voltage, cutoff voltage, and all these other things. So anyways, the headway batteries, you guys know I sell these over at the site, westthattechguy.com, and also the Samsung 25R 18650s, along with many other things. If you've been over there and checked it out, you will see that we're selling these in singles, or we're selling these, in 8 packs, 10 packs, whatever, however many of those you want to buy. And we'll also have the corresponding chargers that go with them. So, you can use them for more than just a solar application or a battery, an energy storage application for solar or sustainable energy or sustainable power. E-bikes, cars, golf carts, whatever, any of these batteries can be used for. So it's just important that you get the right chargers and you buy them from the right place, whether you buy them from me or whoever else, that you want to make sure that you're getting the right charger that is charging at constant current and constant voltage, as well as the proper way to look for the voltages for your battery pack. So if we run 4 of these in series, this is considered a 12-volt system, but in reality, it's a 12.8 volt nominal battery pack, and then it's a 14.6 volt battery in series. So you want to be sure that if you're running a 12 volt setup, that you're looking for an actual battery charger that's going to produce 14.6 volts to charge the 4 of these units up in series to get them to full charge. Whereas if you go with the 18650 or the lithium battery versus the Life PO4 battery, that changes because nominal voltage on this battery is 3.2 volts and charge voltage is 3.65 volts. And so you would just simply multiply 3.65 volts times 4 in series, and that's your end voltage that you're going to need for your full charge, which is 14.6 volts. Now, if you are running this battery in a series of 3 at 4.2 volts fully charged, you're going to be at 12.6 volts fully charged with a series of 3, and you're going to be at 16.8 volts if you're running a series of 4 on these. Once again, you got to make sure that you're using a lithium charger and not a lead acid battery charger. Now, you can charge these in a series of 4 with a lead acid battery charger, but you want to be sure that that lead acid battery charger does not exceed 14.4 or 14.6 volts. Most do not. Most smaller ones don't, but when you get into the bigger, heavier automobile ones that are producing more than 10 amps, then they will tend to jump up as high as 16 volts, and that could ruin this 4S battery pack. So best is to stay away from that, and if you don't know exactly what the battery charger is doing or how to do it. And then also you got to go through float charge as well with those battery chargers, and these you don't float charge these batteries. So it's just something some food for thought. So lithium is very simple. I'm going to type it in here. 3S is 12 point, what was it, 4.2, so it's 12.6 volt charged, and 4S is 16.8 volts charged. What's up, Ruff? What's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a bit. So LFP, or LiFePO4, called LFP, in 4 series, you're going to be looking at 14.6 volts, fully charged. So now the next thing would be, now that you've got your voltages figured out, if you're running a 12-volt system, and if you're running, LiFePO4 versus lithium, and depending on whether you're running 3S or 4S on your lithium, these voltages will just double as you increase to 24 volt, or in a lot of your guys' cases to 48 volt if you're running inverters and stuff. If you're running electric bikes, well then, you can be as high as 15S on either or lithium or on average for 48 volt on LiFePO4, I think it's 13S. But so you're just multiplying those numbers by 2. As long as your series stays the same. If you're multiplying the series by 2, your voltage is going to increase by 2. So it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to be selling a whole different group of battery chargers on the site, both lithium and LiFePO4. In these voltages, what will be considered 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt. We'll also carry some 60 volt stuff, 63 volt stuff, 58.8 volt stuff for your LiFePO4 and your lithium. I'm going to have a wide range of amperages, so have anything from the small stuff down to 2 amp, and as high as on average 50 amps. So for some of you that are running sustainable power energy, then you might want a higher amp battery charger. For instance, if you're running a lithium or a LiFePO4 battery bank, but you're running a lead acid inverter, then you're going to need another way to charge rather than from your inverter when you're on AC power, when you're on grid power. And this is a great way to supplement that charging to where you won't have any issues with your lead acid charger off your inverter. So just kind of a couple of things I wanted to throw out there. So we're about out of the Headway 38120 HP batteries, but I do have more coming. They're selling out pretty quick on both the website and on eBay. So we still have several hundred of the 38120S, the blue cells, the 10 amp hour cells. So be sure if you want to get some of those, go over and grab them, either over at westthattechguy.com or over at my eBay store. And as well as battery chargers, the inverters, the generators, all of these things. I think we have some other things up there for sale. We got like the lithium batteries up there for sale. There's some links to some of the videos like a lot of the videos that I've done on the solar generators and whatnot and the builds, you'll now find inside the website at westthatechguy.com. There's an Amazon site in there, my Amazon stuff. You go in there, you'll be able to find the DIY stuff for those builds. So some of you guys have been asking me, where's that stuff or how do I get it? It's over on my website. You can now link to that through to my Amazon store and get it as well. And if you buy it through me and click on the link, I get a few pennies if you guys buy something. So that's cool. And so we're changing things. We just picked up another building for while we're still down here in Florida before I make the move across the country to help produce the generators and the battery banks, the battery packs, battery cells, whatever you want to call them, to start production going out. We've got chargers coming in about 7 to 10 days. We've got inverters coming in about 7 to 10 days, and we have solar panels coming again in about a month and a half. We'll have some smaller solar panels coming air freight, but the bigger panels are going to be a ways out yet. So we have some high voltage stuff coming in, the 200 range and up. Also some of the flexible panels up to 200 watts. So if you're interested in those, be sure to keep looking over at the website to see when those are going to come out. So if anybody's got any questions about these batteries, the lithium batteries or the battery chargers, let me know, chime in, say something. And no, man, I haven't moved yet. Daughter just had the baby about 6 weeks ago. And of course, as you know, the hurricane season kind of slowed us way down after Irma hit. So we had to get things taken care of with our buildings, and we just sold one of our businesses. So we're getting ready. We're getting closer. It's not going to be till spring now for us. So just due to the fact of the new grandson being born, and because my daughter and her family are also moving, so it's just making it a little bit harder and slower for us. And of course, you know, we don't want to move to the Northwest in the smack dab of the middle of a blizzard. So no, not yet, man. Well, we've got very few people on here, it looks like. And we've got one person chatting, which is Randy. Well, Randy, I guess it's just me and you chatting, man. So other than that, how's things been going? I see you've been flying your RC planes, a new hobby. What kind of plane do you got? Cool, congratulations. Now I can't remember, first grandson or the 10th grandson or grandchild. I decided to do the video from my living room today rather than going out to the studio. It was pretty late here, so I figured there wouldn't be a lot of partakers in this event this evening. So I figured I'd just do it right here from the couch. I've got Derek over there on the left of me. He's not even having to operate a camera, man. We're just doing it right from the webcam on the PC. Well, we're getting a like. We've got a like. We've got 5 people in here. We got one guy definitely chatting. You gotta love the experimenting in the live video. So at least I can say between myself and the other 5 of you, at least we're all night owls, nothing else, man. And this live feed, I don't know who the other 5 are. Randy, how's the sound on your end? Can you hear it all right? I don't know what this arrow here is down at the bottom. Cool, my young son. Okay, there it is. Super Cub, 47 7-inch. Warcrook, German Warbird, 43.3-inch LG scales. Well, I can't say as I know a lot about those RC planes. I know a little bit about them. I used to have one myself, but a lot smaller than that. And so, yeah, it's a 4-footer, so that sounds pretty cool. I'm doing drones, but that's about it. But only the small drones. And I haven't flown my drone in a while. But I do know what a Super Cub is, the real Super Cub, that I can fly. And the Piper Cub as well. And have flown both those planes, the Super Cub and the Piper Cub. 4th grandkid, cool, right on. Congrats. Congrats. I have 3. Well, I have 4, but 3 that are right here. And then I have another one that's about 30 miles away. We don't get to see him as much, though. All right, so I guess I'll keep this video kind of short because we don't have that much participatory chatting going on or anything. 3 boys, 1 girl. We got 3 boys, 1 girl as well. 3 grandsons and 1 girl. The newest is a grandboy or grandchild. He's our grandson. He's 6 weeks old. He's about 6 weeks old, almost to the day, or is it 7 weeks, Shell? Yeah, 7 weeks. So yeah, man, that was pretty much about it, I guess. I just wanted to chat a little bit about these chargers and these batteries, but it doesn't seem like we're getting a lot of interest in that right now, especially at 12:30 in the morning. So like I said, we will have more stuff going on and have more stuff for sale here on the website. So keep checking it out at westthattechguy.com. And then I'll have a link in the videos and also over at the website to get you to my eBay store where you can also go over there if some of you guys want to just do eBay rather than the website. 5 kids, congratulations on that, dude. 4 boys and a girl. I just got 1 daughter. Who has the 3 kids. And then the 4th grandson is with a different mother in another place. He's my son-in-law's child, so he's my step-grandson. Well, Derek, we now got 7 that came on. I bet you out of the 7 that we've got on right now, we've probably got you. We've got Randy here. We've probably got Fish, Anthony. And we've probably got Lorenzo. Or not Lorenzo, jeez. Alonzo. That's twice tonight I've said Lorenzo on Alonzo. Normally Alonzo chimes in when he's on, though. How old are your grandkids, Randy? I mean, we got a good one-on-one going, so. Well, now we've got a few more viewers going on. Headway, 38120 HP, 8 amp hour cell, 200 amp continuous discharge, brand new, very powerful. These ones here were done in January of this year. Glenn Dewar's on. Best way to charge 48 volt, 20 amp hour batteries and charge. Best way to charge 48 volt, 20 amp hour batteries and charge. Okay, Glenn, is that a question that you're asking, Patrick Sullivan? Hey, man. Glenn, are you asking what is the best way to charge a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery? And if so, is it a lithium or is it LiFePO4? Robert's on. Hey, Robert. How's it going? Good to see you, man. So, Glenn, I guess if you're asking me the best way to charge a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery is, in my opinion, with a decent size amperage charger. So a 20 amp hour battery is a pretty small battery. So if you're using that for an e-bike or something, I mean, you can charge that with as low as a 2 amp charger, and you know, depending on the battery cells that are in it, whether it be lithium or LiFePO4 and what type of cells they are, you could charge up to as high as, you know, 20 amps easy. But I don't know what kind of batteries you're specifically talking about, and if that's lead acid also. So yeah, Robert, I'm doing good, man. Just getting everything going. We just trying to get things caught up with everything I've been doing, and I've got Derek down here now from Philly. I don't know if you know that from the last live video we did, probably, yeah. And Derek's still down here in Florida helping out. We just set up another building for production of the generators and our battery packs, as well as everything else. So we're going to do a small little setup before we leave the state here. We've got a few more months to be here, so we might as well get a head start on it and get things sold. Randy, 22-17-3, and this month. Yeah, right on. Right on. See, I got mine are now 11, 8, and 7 weeks. So, Glenn, I hope I was able to answer your question. Like I said, I don't know if you have lithium, 48 volt, lead acid, or LiFePO4. And so the best way to charge that would be with a charger at up to as fast as you want to charge it. The higher the amperage on the charger, the faster that battery is going to charge. So I use the Rave Power on my Rav Power on my phone at the flying field today. Thanks, works great. Awesome, Randy. Glad you enjoy it. So those of you who are in here, the 3 of you or 4 of you that are in here, Randy was one of our winners back in the day when we were at a couple of hundred or so subs, and he got one of the Rav Powers that I was giving away. Nice. Glad that you're using. I still use mine constantly. We just took mine up to. I took the big Rav Power. I can't remember the model number. It's the one with the built-in 100-watt inverter, and we just had that up in Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, and I was using that to power up my projector in the hotel to watch movies on the wall from my iPhone or my iPad or something. I can't remember, but yeah. So they rock. I love them, man. Patrick Sullivan. I got several lead-acid auto lawn 12-volt batteries that are not fully charging. Is there any way to refurbish, get more use, or is replacement the best option? Patrick, 12-volt lead-acid batteries. Yeah, you can revamp those. You can get some electrolyte, and you can refurbish those or recharge them. You can also, there's some ways to clean them out, dump them, drain them, and bring them back to life. So if your plates are good and everything and they're not all rusted and trashed, yeah, you can definitely bring them back to life. It used to be easy to go get electrolyte, put in your batteries, and it's a little harder now. So that would be, what I would say to do is just try to go down to a battery supply and see if you can still get that stuff. It used to be you could just go to any battery shop or the auto parts store and get that stuff. I don't know how easy it is anymore to do that, and also you've got to be able to get into them if they're not. Geez, I can't remember. It's been so long since I messed with lead acid. If they're not sealed lead acid, if they got the top where you can pop off, then yeah, you can test them for the electrolyte content and then fill them back up. So yeah, I would try to fix them if you can because they're not cheap. And depending on how old the batteries are and how hard it is to get the electrolyte, would be determined whether they're needing to be replaced or not, Patrick. Robert Lopez says, do I know Canadian Prepper? As in, like, does he have a YouTube channel? No, I don't. I think I might have seen some stuff on the Canadian Prepper, but not sure off the top of my head. Let me look and see here if I'm subbed up. Why? Tell me about the Canadian Prepper. What's going on with the Canadian Prepper? I'm looking now, so prepping wish list, top 10 prep items. I'm assuming, yeah, this is the Canadian Prepper. Most important decision preppers will make, okay. So yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but I just seen a few of his videos there really quick. Not too long ago, we was looking to hook up with someone like you. He was. Okay, well, maybe, Robert, I'll check into that, man. I'll try to get in touch with him and see what he might be looking for. What's up? Randy, we just got into LiFo batteries and charging RC batteries. Wes just got into LiFo. Are you saying LiFo? Lithium iron or lithium polymer, Randy? Or LiFePO4? Is that a typo? Yes, that is him, Robert says. Yeah, I checked out. I just checked him out on YouTube. I'll sub his channel and see what's going on with him. So LiPo, Randy. I would assume that you're running the LiPo batteries in your RC stuff. How big are some of your packs? What are your voltages? And how big are they? Amp hour wise. And what chargers are you running? Tried to rapid charge to desulfate. Patrick says no luck. 6 cell. Oh, that's Randy. Robert, okay. So Patrick, you try to rapid try. Okay. So depending on how old your batteries are, Patrick, you might have to, like I said, rejuvenate them with some electrolyte. I believe that's what it's called, electrolyte. I think that's what it's called. It's been like 25 years, I think, since I've revamped a lead acid battery. So 1S, 2S, 3S cells. Okay. So you're running 4.2, you're running 8.4, and you're running 12.6 volt cells. It sounds like. Randy. So our chargers are obviously being made and imported in, and I'm gonna have those come in pretty much with the either bare wire for the positive and negative, or the mini Anderson connectors, depending on what sizes they are, and then up to the bigger Anderson connectors. It might make it a little bit easier, I think, for most people to use that want to buy them individually to use for whatever whatever their application is. But we're gonna get some lithium LiPo ones that are 3S and 4S capable. That way, because there are different applications out there for 3S and 4S stuff. Patrick Sullivan, I'm an old dude. Lithium interests me, but really don't know where to get into it at. I use 18650s to vape, but that's about it. Right on, Patrick. I hear you. So, yeah, lithium is just the way of doing everything nowadays. I mean, it's the battery life longevity compared to lead acid's just so severe that it's just the way to go if you can get a hold of them and find the right price. And get them at the right price per watt hour, then you're doing pretty good. Use a balance charger. Okay, good. Yeah, I do that as well. So building, the batteries, depending on what battery packs it is, whether it's LiFePO4 or lithium, we're fusing all the cells and then running a BMS in them for safety, of course. So whether they're LiFePO4 or they're lithium, the BMS is going in the LiFePO4 mainly just for protection of the circuit, protection of the battery itself. Not too concerned about any bad things happening with it, but yeah. Glenn Dewar, yes, and charger LiPo. So Glenn, what were you saying before? Best way to charge 48 volt, 20 amp hour batteries and charge. Okay, so he says again, yes, and charger LiPo. So yeah, LiPo charger, 48 volts, 48 volt battery for LiPo is going to be 53 volts, I think. I'd have to do the math in my head. So for LiPo, boom, let's see here. Times 13 is 54.6. 3.7 times 13 is 48. Yeah, so times 13. Yeah, Glenn, you're going to want, if you're running a 48 volt LiPo battery, you're going to want a charger that's going to produce 54.6 volts if you're running a 13S setup. Randy, 3 points. Okay, I already read that one. Derek Smith, Patrick, you're okay. Yeah, that's a good point, Derek. Yeah, Patrick, if you need some vaping batteries, head on over to west.techguy.com. We've got plenty of good batteries over there for vaping. Usually with all of my vaping products from my shelf. So yeah, 48 volt LiPo. So you should be running a 13S on that LiPo. Is that correct, Glenn? And if so, fully charged, you should be at 54.6 volts. Ja King, how you doing? It's been a minute. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. I was going to send myself a super chat. You on that Nick salt? Nah, you know what? I don't know what I'm on, man. This is the Jewel mango flavor. So I don't know. I use a different vape normally. So whatever they're putting in the Jewel mango, I kind of go back and forth between this one here, which I'm running just straight PGVG, in this one with a flavor at like a 6 milligram Nick. Patrick Sullivan, okay, cool, thanks. I've been using some LG branded cells. Seem totally legit. I might pick up a couple of the Samsung to see if I might be missing out. The Samsungs are a phenomenal battery. The LGs are good depending on what cells you have, but LG has some good cells as well. My cells are 2,500 milliamp hours or 2.5 amp hours. And we're selling them anywhere from $5 to $6 a piece, depending on how many you buy. If you're buying in singles, they're $6. H2, yeah, H2 is a great battery. I don't think the amperage on the H2 is as high as the Samsung, if memory serves, but memory doesn't always serve on these sorts of things because I deal with too many different kinds of
I
batteries.
think that's the chocolate battery. I think they're 20 amps.
20 amps, yeah. So yeah, we're about the same on the H2. It is the chocolate battery, huh? Yeah. Jules has 25% and 50% Nick salt in the pods. Well, there you go. See, Randy, I owned a vape shop, remember? And so I wanted to stay away from the Nick salts because it's what we call a business killer. So Nick salts sell for cheap and they last forever. So it's kind of like having that light bulb that never burns out. It's great for the guy who owns it, but it's bad for the guy who makes it and sells it. So Nick salts are kind of the demise of the vape business. Now, if they increase the price of that Nick salt like these guys did in a sense, then yeah, it's not bad. But anyways, that's a conversation for another day. Video killed the radio star. Nick salts killed the vaping store. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Any battery charger questions or any battery questions or any battery cell questions you guys might have, or anything in general that you would like to discuss or talk about, mention it. Patrick's all laugh out loud. I wait, 3 milligram free base. 3 milligram free base. 3 milligram free base. Well, that's the free base that I've heard of back in the day. It wasn't vaping, but it definitely wasn't 3 milligrams. Nick. Okay, Nick. Glenn says, do I know anything about solid state batteries? Solid state batteries as in like what, Glenn? Give me an example. So I guess my direct answer is going to be no, because I'm even asking for an example of the solid state batteries. 3 p.m. Sunday here in Australia. Wow, dude. Awesome. 3 p.m. in Australia. Glenn's in Australia. 12:41 a.m. here in Florida, United States. Solid state battery. I'm not sure what we're talking about there, Glenn, to be honest with you. And I know that makes me sound really stupid for that answer, but I'm down to 9 milligrams, Nick. Tried 6, but vape constantly on it. Yeah, that's me too, Patrick. I'm down to 6 on mine, and it drives me crazy. That's why I went to the Juul, because I can get that little bit extra fix of nicotine from this without taking in as much vape. But I still always end up back over to this one. My air's screwed up. There we go. But it beats smoking. Way better than smoking, no doubt about it. Glenn, I don't know if we're lagging that bad or whatnot, but tell me about these solid state batteries. Derek, tell me what a solid state battery is. Are we talking like a lead acid or a dry cell battery? I'm doing some playing around with Life PO4 and lithium and supercapacitor. So having a little bit of fun with that.
Solid state batteries, battery technology that uses both solid electrodes and solid electrolytes instead of the liquid or polymer electrolytes found in lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries.
So give me an example of one. Agreed, Randy, for sure. So out of the 9 people left in here, how many people vape now that we're on the vaping conversation? We have a little bit of knowledge on vape. Patrick is in the greater than sign. Dirt Lifer, hey Wes, been watching your content since I found your channel last spring and digging your battery box style, and especially that unboxing you did of all the components for battery box setup. Nice, Dirt Lifer, glad to hear it. Where are you from, man? Hit the thumbs up, guys. There you go. Oh yeah, somebody hit those thumbs up. See, I gotta get good at this, Randy. You're always helping me out. I like it, man. I was pointing at my name. Patrick. Oh, yeah. Too funny. Too funny. See, old timer, I didn't get that, man. I didn't understand it. I thought you were doing the whole greater than, less than. I was kind of confused by it, though, nonetheless. Dirty Jersey. Dirt Lifers in Dirty Jersey. Right on. So we're in the same time zone. Well, I'm glad you've been checking out the videos, bro, and enjoying them. Box style. Did you see the? We did a final video on what one did we just do a final video on?
6,000 watt.
Yeah, on the 6,000 watt unit, and actually that should have been the 9,000 watt, the 3,000 watt, or was the 600 watt? Was it the little guy? It was the little guy.
It was a little guy.
So so we just did the final on the 600 watt. That old school chat like the 90s, right? It is. That is. You're right, bro. That is. Actually, old push button chat, baby. Okay. So we've got a new little structure. We call it building number 3 over here on the old homestead. And what I did is I bought an old box truck, a 24-foot box truck that we had the box removed off of the truck. I didn't buy the truck. I just bought the box, and the guy brought me in the box. We set it on some railroad ties out in my yard back here. And so we have the YouTube studio, then we have this carport, and then we have this new big 24-foot by 8-foot box truck that we're turning into the place to put all the generators together and store everything. And so we were screwing around one day, and Derek's like, I think he says, I'm headed out to building 3, or I'm in building 3. So it's kind of been an inside joke, but it's stuck ever since. So we're going to be coming up with a video of that here maybe this week, because we had to convert it, we had to insulate it, put an air conditioner in it, all that good stuff, and now we have to put shelving and power and cameras and all the nine in it for it to work right. All right, Arthur Dog just joined us. I especially like your generators and get no notifications for your live shows. Catch them when I see them live. Awesome info. Arthur Dog, glad to hear it, bro. Hey, if you just go subscribe to my channel, and then right when you subscribe, there'll be a little picture, a little icon of a bell. Click on that bell and tell it to send you notifications. And if you've already done that and you're not getting any notifications, maybe if you didn't mind, give YouTube a heads up to see what's up. Patrick sold maybe 48 volt. Okay, now I got to go back and see what you're talking about, Patrick, because now I'm all confused. Because you're talking about vape, and then you went into 48 volts on me. LG brand sells some totally legit. I might pick up a couple of savings. Might be missing out. So Patrick, yeah, if you run a 48 volt setup in lithium, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you running like a 48 volt inverter, or are you running a bike, or what are you doing with 48 volts? It is for a bike? Okay, I missed that somewhere. Glenn, thanks, much appreciated. So Glenn, I don't know if much about these solid state batteries, according to what Derek read to me, unless they're old school batteries.
I think they're just coming out.
Are they just coming out? Because are they? Oh, so they're probably like maybe they're like the lithium tightening batteries.
Not even showing pictures. All
I want to buy a semi trailer. Wife won't let me park here. Got 5 acres. Laugh out loud. Randy, that's what we were doing. We actually, Derek and I went up to Tampa, Florida. I looked at a reefer truck because it's insulated, and it actually had a working Thermo King with 30,000 hours. The guy wanted a fair price. It was around $7,000 bucks. But the inside of it, towards the back half of the trailer site, so like over 20 feet of the trailer at the very bottom, the like fiberglass siding or the plastic siding was starting to puff out from the insulation sagging and had a few rips in it and a couple of holes in the ceiling. So I just didn't want to mess with it and work with it. But after we got building 3 going, I keep saying we need to buy a reefer truck, a nice 53 footer that's fully insulated, because we're going to need the room. And then I can just fully load it and just, get a tractor trailer or get a tractor or a semi or hire a driver and have them pull it to the Northwest when we move. And they are great dry storage. So I'm in this other one, $2,500. And it's got 8 feet of side doors on it, at least 8 feet. It's got 4 side doors on it that connect to each other. So I can open all 4 or just 1 or just 2. So it works out good for us. And we just got the mini split installed and working in it today. And it's like sitting inside of a freezer when it's on. I want to buy a semi-trailer. Okay, yeah, Randy was saying, okay. Yeah, get the trailer, man. They're awesome. I've been looking at them, and they're the cheapest storage you can buy. You can get a great dry van trailer, even, not a reefer, but, a couple of $1,000. If you're just going to use it for storage, as long as it's dry and it's in good shape, hell, it'll last you for years. So Arthur Dog, if you like those generators, man, be sure to go over to the website and check it out, west.techguide.com. They are up there. They are for sale. We don't have any pictures right now because we've only got the prototypes that we build, but we will have some. I'm hoping this week we'll have some generator pictures up and some new versions of the generator to show you guys finally. Different colors and shapes and designs and all that cool stuff. And those will be the same ones I make. Wife said no, Randy. My wife said, please get another building. We need another place to store more shit. So yeah, I ended up going for that. Thankfully, I got a wife that says yes a lot, so I'm okay. And for once, actually, my wife is in the room while I'm doing this live video. You just can't see her here. She's over here in front of me playing her video game. What are you playing, babe? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Randy, I wanted Gen Bad West. Well, Randy, you got to hook up with me and keep a look on the website. And, we could set you up something custom. See, guys, that's something we're doing. Like I talked in the last video, I think, of the video before that. These generators, the prices are going to be everywhere. And it took us a long time just to put them together because of all the different batteries and the extra battery packs and the options on it. Some people might, don't need wind power, so they're not all going to have wind power, because if you're never going to use it, it's a pointless option to pay for. So like we'll be removing chargers, and maybe there's a guy who's in Alaska and doesn't ever have any sun, and he doesn't want it to be solar charged. He wants to use wind all the time, so we can pull the solar part of it out. So there's so many different combinations of how these generators are being built and can be built. So you can save a lot of money depending on your options. And then, for a lot of the guys that just want, some backup power or some, tailgating power or whatnot, or just some, out in the property power, just working around or, whatnot, we're going to have a lot of the high frequency inverters, in the higher wattages at the 3,000 to 1,500 watt ranges, like everybody else has out there. But with a better battery pack and a stronger battery pack. So, the low frequency stuff that I've been doing and talking about pretty heavily, and like we have in our house here, that's not necessary for it's not necessarily necessary for a backup generator for a few moments or for, tailgating, or even for your RV. That low frequency inverters for like all the time, like extreme power, when you really need that extreme power. and you've got the battery bank to support it. So all these different inverters come in, different sizes and weights and dimensions. And so we're trying to keep our packages or our size of our units to a certain size and still be able to offer you a good fluctuation of energy, from 400 watts, 200 watts, all the way up to, 3,000 watts in that high frequency range. And then, 1,000 watts to 15 kW in that low frequency range. Patrick's all, I was going to guess World of Warcraft. Nope, she's on that Xenoblade right now, and before that it was another Xenoblade game, and and I don't know what the other one before that was. Zelda. Randy, yeah, you gotta let me know and keep in touch with me, because these are going to start coming out really fast. I mean, we still sell them, we still make them, but some people are okay with one in one of these different kind of boxes or in a diamond plate box and so on and so forth. They're not so worried about the whole finished product appearance, that we're aiming for. So we've got several that have went out that people are completely happy with, that are using them, in their RVs. Some of them are using them in remote cabins. Some of them are using them as off-grid power because they don't have any power, things like that. So we're just trying to get a good way to get them all sized up to about 4 or 5 different actual case sizes. And even when you get into like the 4,000 watt low frequency to the 6,000 watt low frequency with battery bank, I mean, you're talking a pretty big unit. So I've built some of those in like the DeWalt boxes, the big DeWalt box that has the wheels and stuff, because they're a few hundred pounds. And so you have to, and they're a big inverter. And then you need a big battery bank, as well as using the Tesla battery. So the Tesla battery modules out of the Model S. But those are 24 volt, and if you stack them, then you can get to the 48 volt. But they get expensive when you go to 48 volt because you're running, twice the cell or twice the battery packs. Plan doer SSD Recon 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. SSD Recon 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. You lost me, Glenn, on this SSD Recon 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. SSD Recon. I got to check that out. I'm assuming a vehicle or a vessel of some sort. Corsair, no. I don't know. All right. You're making me sound stupid over here again, Glenn. What are we talking about? SSD Recon, 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. 600-mile, 10-minute charge time? Question mark, wow. Now I'm sounding real old, dude, because SSD only means one thing to me, basically. $600-mile range. Maybe it's a radio. I don't know, man. What is an SSD Recon? Recon. SSD Recon. Recon. SAD Recon? That looks more like it. SAD Recon, Ghost Recon, nope. SAD, that still ain't spelled right. How about we do this? What is? Still ain't getting it. All right. Somebody chime in here and help Glenn Dewar out on this SSD Recon 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. Solid state disk. That's what I think. Like my computer, solid state disk. But I still don't get the 10-minute to full charge, 600-mile range. So, Glenn, what do you do in Australia, buddy? And where in Australia are you? Having no clue what that is. Yeah, none of us having no clue what that is, Glenn. Chime in, man. Let me see that thumbs up emoji going from everybody. Need that. There it is. Pop a couple of these in the line. Might as well. Anyways, all right. So we got some. How's the video and the sound? Is that working out for everybody? All right. Any latency or lagging? Arthur Dog, met you. Glenn is relating this info to bush piloting. There you go, Arthur Dog. That's a good possibility. So what is our subscriber count up to? Does anybody know? I can check over here. No, I don't have any other open windows. Let's see. I can maybe do it here. 25 what?
14.
Damn, 2,514 subs. It seems like yesterday I was begging for subs at 100. We were trying to get to 100. So we're doing pretty good. Patrick says 2.5. See, after you reach those marks, you don't look as much anymore. And so many things are going on. As I was saying, is in building 3. So we bought that box. It has a translucent roof. Of course, we're in Florida. Hotter than hell here on the daily. We're insulating the ceiling. We got that foam 4x8 sheets of foam insulation, 3/4 of an inch thick to put on the ceiling. So we put that in. It fits pretty decent. And I put a piece of wood down the center from front to back of the trailer to push it up and hold it in there. Pretty simple. And then I wanted to tape the seams, so I got some silver AC tape. Figured no problem. Nah, man, that stuff won't stick. It's like oil on there. As soon as you touch it, it just slides right off. So we did find some insulation tape. It's silver, just like the AC tape, and it stuck okay. But there was some kind of a static reaction, man, with that insulation and that silver tape. It literally, you put the tape on and you could literally hear it pushing that tape off. It was bizarre. So if you ever do any of that insulation on a ceiling, on a translucent fiberglass ceiling, then yeah, you've got to figure out a way to make it stay up there. 2.5 subs. Everybody's got them. All right, 2.5. 2,514 subs is the final count. Robert's laughing. All right, so we got another person, Robert Lopez, saying looking and sounding good. All right. Robert's been in, finally saying a little something. Dirt Lifer's clean. Now, if I knew how to put a picture up while I did this, we could show that box out there, but I don't think I can do that. Derek?
No.
I think I've got to get some kind of another stream thing to pull that off. Like another codec of some sort, I don't know. But at least we've had a few people coming in and out at this hour. We got anybody else on here that's from another country? In a crazier time zone than us? Arthur Dog, where are you coming from? Arthur, you are subscribed. Okay, he is subscribed, he said, so I'm sure he's clicked on the bell for the notifications. Are you giving up on that show? Arthur Dog, Gorilla duct tape. We used the Gorilla tape. That did work, but we only had to use that in a couple of spots where neither of the silver tapes would work. Wall Industries in Rhode Island, where I live. Okay. Yeah, we got some of that tape, but that silver tape for insulation, that worked pretty decently. It's funny, man. All the tape we tried, everything stuck to everything else but that, except that silver tape and the Gorilla Tape. Gorilla Tape pretty much sticks to everything. But the Gorilla Tape isn't, the heat will radiate through the Gorilla Tape where it won't through that silver tape. And now that we've got the mini split in there, we got a 12,000 BTU mini split in there, so we're having no problems. Randy, Wes, you using OBS or Zoom on YouTube? Randy, I don't know what I'm using, buddy. I'm just using Chrome, Google Chrome, right through the Go Live thing on Google Chrome. I'm not using any program, but I'm going to get one for doing live videos, so it's much better to use. 25K and change, I remember the push for 1K, right? Yeah, we were pushing for the 1,000 back in the day, and then YouTube kept changing the rules, and then even after I got the 1,000, they still kept messing with me, man, and wouldn't turn my monetization back on. It was just principle to me about the whole thing. But yeah, we're well past that now. Hopefully they don't change the rules again and do something. Life of 10 amp hour head weight is... Glenn, life of 10 amp hour head weight is... The life of a 10 amp hour head weight is estimated at 25 years and over 2,000 charge cycles, and higher depending on the state of discharge. So if you're only discharging 20 or 25%, then that number increases by double. So you're looking at 4,000 life cycles and or charge cycles, and a life expectancy on the headway cell for 25 to 50 years. Zoom is great for live on YouTube. I'll check that out, Randy. Definitely. What are you trying to cover? You lost me, Robert. What do you mean? What am I trying to cover? Oh, the trailer. Oh, the ceiling on the trailer, man. We were covering a translucent roof or ceiling on a box truck with insulation. That 4x8 insulation, foam insulation. Sorry, reckon. Okay, Glenn finally comes back with sorry, recon. Recon. Huh? No, it says sorry. It says sorry, recon. I'm a contractor. Best heat-resistant tape existing is made at DeWall Industries, Rhode Island. I know. I'm a contractor and have used it in unusual circumstances. Contact them for a sample. I will definitely check that out, man. Definitely. We're going to have a video, like I said, coming up of the build we just did. Once we get it all done and get the CNC machine and stuff in there and everything set up to do all the generator builds. And of course, Derek got some stuff right from the empty box when we first got it here and set up all the way to where we are now. And as we move forward, it's been a nightmare because we had to do air conditioning twice. We had to put actually 3 times, huh? Put one little 8,000 BTU in one of the doors in a piece of plywood, and that just wasn't cutting it. Then we put a 10,000 BTU in, and that helped. And then we just finalized up the 12,000 BTU mini split. Tubular battery, C10 category brand reckon. Okay. Good long. Okay, Randy, we're checking out these batteries now. C10 tubular batteries, good for solar inverter applications. 3-year warranty, 80 amp hours, 200 amp hours available. Product recurrence, so you said 10-minute charge, 300 or 600 mile range. 1200 watt. Okay, Reckon Industries. I've heard of Reckon, but heat sealed C10 tubular batteries. So is there any information there? Those coming out of Australia. Products, ABB, 10,000 watt solar grid system. Reckon. I definitely heard of these guys. But the battery, I don't know what they mean by that. Yeah, I know what those are. 96 volt, 75 amp, VA solar inverter. Find out about those. and then we'll look into them and see what they're all about. Want to go to the Philippines and build EV motorbikes. Nice, in Brisbane. Okay, you're in Brisbane, so we're finally getting back in. Sorry, soldering was soldering as you talked. So you're soldering as we talk. Okay, Glenn, good enough, good enough. In Brisbane. Glenn, do you got a YouTube channel? Like, do you upload videos and stuff? You got a video up. I'm checking you out now. Uploads. How to create a dreamer from your Creator Pro. I'll have to check that out. What do we have here? All right, Derek's over here working. Batteries cheaper using electrolyte based based on vitamin D2. Interesting. Flow batteries function much like lead acid batteries, which is a fluid that reacts with electrolyte to store charge. However, the liquid is cycled through an external tank in the charge discharge cycle. So refresh the flow rate of the batteries. Where did my chat go? There it is. 50% charge. Well, lead acid batteries have to be kept about 50% charged for a static application like storage from solar power. Lithium batteries. Harvard research on. Send me that. SSD. They reckon it will be 10 minutes to full charge with 600-mile range. Toyota are looking at them. I see. Okay. Want to go? Okay. Trailer repair shops have silver tape that has black tar adhered to it. Yeah, we found that tape too, but I didn't want to put black tar up there on the inside. And it was expensive as hell. Use heat before you install to make tar soft. Also need to be dry. Yeah, Robert, I seen that tape. It was right with that AC tape actually. And yeah, I just passed on it. I just thought it was going to be a mess. But we got it done. You guys will see it in the video. Patrick says, amp hour speculation equals reckon. Amp hour speculation equals reckon. Okay. I'm going to check out those batteries for sure because I'm looking at them. And I know who Recon is, definitely, but I wasn't understanding what you were saying. The way you were putting that out there, saying 10-hour charge, 600-mile range. But I'm not familiar with solid-state battery like you're talking. I'm familiar with that company, but not their style of battery. So I'm going to look into that. But it still sounds like it's a lead-acid battery to a certain degree, or a lot like one. We're all searching for the next best energy storage vehicle of some sort or another. Well, guys, I think I'm going to rock out of here, man. It's 1:10 a.m. here in Florida, and there's only a few of us in here and whatnot. For those of you who came in, I appreciate it. And be sure to check out our next one. And we're going to shoot some videos this week, and we're going to be doing some editing of some other videos that we've already shot and get those out pretty quick. Now that we've got the roof done and we've got building 3 underway, we've got more time for everything else. Arthur says, my experience with tape is a temporary usage, nothing permanent for a fix. Permanent tape is a temporary usage, nothing. Yeah, that's all it is, man. It was just strictly to seam the two sheets together. It should last a while. Patrick, catch you later, man. Thanks for coming in. Randy, appreciate you coming in, bro. Be good. We'll talk next time. Have a good night, everybody. And appreciate you coming in. Be sure to check out west.techguy.com and look for that eBay link to our eBay site, which we're up there selling the batteries now, the Headway batteries and the Samsung batteries. Patrick, go ahead with your quick question. You offer an e-bike battery kit. You know, Patrick, it's funny you say that because, yes, we will be. That's what got this all started many years ago was e-bikes. So, yes, we will be offering an e-bike kit solution, Golden Motors and Bafang with batteries, battery chargers, the whole 9 yards. And we will actually be also selling, once we get set up north, we'll be selling actual electric bikes as well, boat motors, a few other things electric. So all things electric. So if you want a specific battery or e-bike kit now, let me know. shoot me an email over at wes@techguy.com, or tell me now. I can set it up for you. Get it if you want a Golden motor set up, or if you want a Bafang setup, and whatever kind of battery you want. I mean, we can get up to 90 plus volts if you want to really go fast, and get you a 4,000 or 5,000 watt bike. So weed eater rolling motor. Patrick, awesome. Lopez later. All right, guys, later. Check everything else out. Randy's saying weed eater rolling motor. Question, I'm not sure. Weed eater rolling motor. Trolling motor? Yeah. No. These are Golden motor, actually. They're Golden motor electric motors, up to 50 horsepower. They rock. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you guys all chiming in, coming and seeing me. Check me out on the next video. If you guys aren't getting the notifications that these videos are coming up, I do apologize. I'll do my best to see what I can do to help you guys out. As you always, I'd like to say thanks for coming. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Patrick, I'm still in planning, thinking of 500 watt rear hub setup just to get the taste of one. Simple and cheap as goal. All right, we'll talk about that on the next one, Patrick. Shoot me an email, man. See you guys later. Good night.